How you going? I'm Johnny from Poor Choice Home Brewing. Once you've made your beer, you've fermented it and it's finished fermenting, do you keg it or do you bottle it? This is not a video on whether bottling's cheaper or kegging's quicker. This is a video based purely on, does one taste better than the other? However, I probably will cover on a few points about one being quicker and one being cheaper. But let's watch the video now anyway. As I said before, all good beer starts with your best fresh filtered water. And I always start the sparge at 72 degrees because once you got the grain, you lose a few degrees, you leave it for an hour, and yeah, 65 degrees is where it's at. And as you can see, I add the little strainer to protect the bag from the elements. And the grain bill is 4 kilos of pale ale malt, 1 kilo of Pilsner malt, 250 grams of acidulated malt, 250 grams of aromatic malt, and 200 grams of Cara Pils. And as you can see, squeezing out the dough balls. Wrapped in the insulating material and left to mash for an hour. An hour later, we remove the insulation, we check out the wort. Then this is my version of recirculating it, where I just drop a bit into a food grade container and dip it back on top. I call it the budget method. Now I've got to drain a bit of this wort out of the grain. And the budget man way of brewing a basket. Sparging with water at 80 degrees. And left to heat up, removing the element protection. First addition, 20 grams of Fuggles. Whoa. We're putting in 50 grams of Southern Aroma. Last addition, 50 grams Southern Aroma for 4 minutes. Cool, and there is the 1 hour. If you're wondering why I chose this recipe, it's because I bought a sample pack off the hopping mechanism and the Southern Aroma hops came in it. And if you want to get anything from the hopping mechanism, he delivers Australia-wide. And a gravity reading. Let's look at this hydrometer rise. And the starting gravity was 1.045. So again, 1.045. Right here, I'm just mixing the cube up, getting the sediment from the bottom so every bit goes in. And that's my first mistake. The column sifter was too fine. Of course, yeah, of course, sifter was just too fine. And as I got to the end, you can see I cared a lot less. And the yeast I added was Morgan's Premium Ale, which is Safe Ale 04's equivalent, but it's $1 cheaper and it has 15 grams. And shake, shake, shake the wort. Now, kegging. So I rack it from top to bottom. As you can see, my head moves around as I look from both the keg to the fermenter. And bottling. And the hazards no one's going to tell you about with bottling. And looking here, I'm looking towards the light because I wondered if I remember to put the carbonation drop in, which I didn't. Now, before you try and tell me about how great bulk priming is, I'm just going to say I'm not bulk priming for 3-4 bottles. I'm just not. Okay, so back into it. And is it final gravity in this beer came out at 1.006, giving us a final gravity of 5.12%. And because, yeah, final gravity was taken before I kegged and bottled, it's going to be the same for both of them. But flavour profile, ooh, that is clearer than that. Now, one other mistake I might have made was I racked the wort or beer from the fermenter to the keg, and then I went straight out of the bottom for the bottles, which means I might have got a bit of the trub in there. Just means I get to visit it again later. But flavour-wise, what do they like? I'm going to call this more of an older style ale. It doesn't have your American, it doesn't have a pale ale flavour to it. Okay, so for those of you playing at home who have never used Southern Aroma hops, quick Google search, first one. The aroma profile of Southern Aroma hops includes floral, not so sure of that, fields of flowers, not the flowers I'm thinking of, woody, sure, spicy, maybe, fruity, none of the fruits I can think of. Look, at the end of the day, I'm giving it to kegging. Kegging definitely tastes better than bottling. Yeah. Also, one of the things I like is I can pour a smaller glass, so I can have a few more different beers in a night, which bottles, you got to drink the whole bottle because it's not good the next night. But how do I rate them? This is nothing really exciting. So I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 Poor Choice Home Brewing stickers. And this one, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 Poor Choice Home Brewing stickers. Right there. If you have liked this video, please click like. If you'd like to know when more come out, please subscribe. If you want to know when they come out, please ring the bell. If you have a good idea for a good Poor Choice experiment, please write in the comments. Until next time, I'm Johnny. Sometimes you just learn more from poor choices. Catch you next time.